1,000 people, actually maybe now more than that, we're hearing 125,000 people gathering on or near the South Lawn for the UFC fight will be protected by the Department of War and the U.S. Secret Service. That may not be the case for many of this summer's outdoor events. July 4th parades, World Cup, any America 250 celebration outside of D.C., they are all soft targets. If the Iran war has taught us anything, it's that we are wildly unprepared for the drone threat on the battlefield. And likely not at home either. Just today, multiple outlets reported an Iran-linked hacker group claims to have breached FBI drones and has threatened to target the World Cup that kicked off Thursday. That seems kind of unlikely. The Iranians have been known to, shall we say, embellish. But remember, multiple waves of unauthorized drones were swarming over Barksdale Air Force Base just a few months ago, in the middle of the Iran war. It's a military base, wasn't safe from incursion. Nothing is. Former CIA officer, retired FBI Special Agent Tracy Walder, with us now. Tracy, you go back in time and you think Pearl Harbor, the Marine barracks bombing, the Iran hostage crisis, 9/11, all utterly predictable in retrospect. And I can't help but think that a couple of guys who cross the border illegally go by quadcopters and attach 5 pounds of explosives to them, and we don't have the most predictable event in the world when they fly them into a July 4th parade.
You know, I really appreciate you bringing this up for discussion because I feel like I'm banging my head against the wall talking about the threats that drones really do serve. And I think my biggest fear is that the people are already here. The people are already sympathizing with Iran and their cause. We have arrested many people, as you know, on this particular issue. And I think it is so easy to get your hands on these. And I understand that they have closed the airspace, obviously, in some of these America 250 events, as well as at the FIFA World Cup. But to your point earlier, while I do not think they hacked the FBI's drones, Iran is a cyber actor, and we forget about their remote abilities to be able to do this.
Yeah. This is the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff talking about drones and the threat. Take a listen.
That's going to be a challenge here in the United States. And I say that partly because you have, this drone activity that hasn't become kinetic. Mm-hmm. And so we can use hope as a course of action, that we hope this will never happen. But when it does, we should not be surprised. And I'm not trying to put a lot of fear in there, but there's things we've got to be able to think about from a capability standpoint to defend ourselves.
I say this from sort of a no-duh standpoint, but if you think about a free society and anybody can buy these quadcopters or drones, whatever you want to call them, on the internet, the same ones they're using in Ukraine with deadly consequences, or the Russians are using as well, how do you prevent something like this?
You know, something I've always said, and I know this sounds a little bit nebulous, is that the next terrorist attack is going to happen because we didn't imagine it. And that's exactly what he was saying. I think the reality is it's not an issue of if, it is an issue of when. And I do feel that the U.S. is relatively unprepared. I mean, you have Hamas using new types of drones actually in Israel.
Let me just ask you real quick before I go. Is this more of an issue, though, of people? And you think about, rather than America being obsessed with objects, Israel is obsessed with people. Should we be more focused on the terrorist sympathizers? And by that, I even mean going all the way up to a U.S. Senate candidate and a House candidate who will likely win, who are very close to parroting terrorist talking points.
I think we absolutely need to be focused on the people. I think you are 100% correct, Leland, because that is where the threat starts. It doesn't start with the things, it starts with the people. And so obviously you can't mitigate this idea, right? You can't mitigate these terrorist ideas, but you can certainly start going after the people. The problem is a lot of this is occurring on internet chat rooms that we can't gain access to.
Yeah. You know, Tracy, nobody ever tells me I'm 100% right. Once you become married, that stops in your life. My dog doesn't even think I'm 100% right. So I'm grateful for having you on a Friday night. Thank you. It's good to see you.
Thank you, Leland. Good to see you, too.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.